Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
Black Americans, descendants of those who survived the transatlantic slave trade, hold a unique spiritual, genetic, and historical position in this awakening. Their existence is proof of resilience against some of the most intense spiritual warfare ever waged on a people. But beyond survival, they are key activators in shifting the collective frequency. Carriers of the ancient codes, Black Americans are direct descendants of civilizations that held deep esoteric knowledge, Kemetic Egyptian wisdom, Dogon cosmic knowledge, the Ethiopian and Moorish mysteries, and indigenous West African spiritual systems. The forced displacement and oppression attempted to sever this knowledge, but it remains encoded in their DNA, waiting for reactivation. Many Black Americans are now experiencing spontaneous spiritual awakenings, past life recall, and ancestral visitations, signaling that these codes are coming online again. The alchemists and timeline healers. The Black American experience is a microcosm of Earth's trauma and potential rebirth. Enslavement, oppression, and systemic control mirror what humanity has been subjected to at a planetary level. But alchemy, the ability to transmute suffering into wisdom, creativity, and power, has been a defining trait of Black American culture. This alchemy is a crucial aspect of ascension, turning density into light. Through music, art, spirituality, and even movement such as the Harlem Renaissance, civil rights, Afrofuturism, and now a mass spiritual awakening, Black Americans continuously bend reality and shape cultural consciousness on a global scale. Liberation frequency holders. The Hopi prophecies speak of the return of the red race, indigenous peoples, and the rise of those who were once oppressed as leaders of the new earth. Many indigenous traditions recognize Black Americans as part of this prophecy, as carriers of the liberation frequency. Their journey has been one of the external and internal enslavement. Their journey has been one of external and internal enslavement, and now they stand at the threshold of reclaiming their sovereignty. By doing so, they help to dismantle the energetic structures of control that have bound humanity. Gatekeepers of sound and vibration. Sound and vibration are primary tools in shifting consciousness. Black Americans have historically been keepers of transformative sound, from spirituals and blues to jazz, hip-hop, and beyond. These are not just genres, but forms of spiritual technology that encode resistance, elevation, and timeline shifts. The awakening will involve an activation of new frequencies, and those attuned to sound, like singers, musicians, poets, orators, will be at the forefront of this energetic shift. Masters of duality, integration, and esoteric thought. True mastery comes from integrating opposites, light and dark, past and future, suffering and liberation. The Black American soul experience embodies this integration, having been forced to navigate both deep ancestral pain and immense creative and spiritual power. This is why Black Americans are often at the center of global movements, setting energetic blueprints that others unconsciously follow. Where do we go from here? The Fibonacci spiral timeline represents the artificial matrix, one of forced cycles, karmic entrapment, and illusion. The crystal spiral timeline represents organic ascension, divine will, and sovereign consciousness. Right now, these two spirals are separating, meaning individuals and groups must consciously choose which reality they align with. For Black Americans, this means shedding generational trauma and programming that keeps them in loops of oppression, fear, or inferiority, reclaiming their spiritual heritage beyond colonial religions and distorted teachings, understanding that their power is not in reaction but in creation, choosing a new paradigm rather than fighting against an old one, activating their unique role in the awakening, whether through spirituality, leadership, artistry, or community building.